Riley's world. Big up everybody in the chat. What time is it for you? It's 9:30. 9:30 for me, bro. 9:30 for me. Big up Will, big up Toxic. How you guys feeling? How you guys feeling? I'm not late, man. I'm not late. I'm on time. Right on time. It's 3 in the morning. Damn. Big up yourself, man. Big up yourself. We are here to do the damn thing. You know what I mean? We were all watching the game today, man. You know what I mean? Fantastic game with Juventus and not so fantastic game with Real Madrid. You know what I mean? Ending in that racist state that it did. Toxic in the building. Big up Toxic. Big up Toxic. Champions League continue tomorrow. You know what I mean? But guess what? We don't have to worry about that. You know what I mean? The knockouts, the knockout stages that they're on right now, trying to reach around a 16, that Arsenal is sitting pretty good and enjoying the freedom of not have to be playing this extra 2 games. You know what I mean? Yes, invincible throughout the stage, and we're looking forward to making it more games unbeaten in the league. Can you imagine? Champions League finish unbeaten with the trophy? That would be invincible run with the trophy. That's something special, right? Yeah. Trust me, it would be. The matter of hand, tomorrow, Arsenal and Brentford. Sorry, did I say Brentford? I don't know what's going on. I think that Brentford draw is still in my head, bro. Not gonna lie. But Arsenal take on Wolves tomorrow. Yeah, Arsenal take on Wolves tomorrow. What kind of game is it gonna be? Will said, Riley, earlier when you ended the stream, I had just joined. For real, Will? My bad, man. We've been here. We've been there a while, man. We're in the morning, then we do the watch along. You know? My bad, Will. My bad, little bro. So I guess that's the reason why you made sure you stayed up so you can catch this one, right? Yeah. But Arsenal take on Wolves, right? What are the expectations? What are you guys looking forward to? It promised to be a nice game. It promised to be, if we're to go by what we saw in the FA Cup earlier on, lots of changes. Some players that we thought were out might be back. Ben White is back. Odegaard is still out. It seems like Havertz is not really so fit, so he might not join this one. You know what I mean? But should be available for the Tottenham game, which is good news. You know, and all of that. So, what are we expecting from this game? What are our expectations from this Arsenal team, from this Arsenal coach? Mikel Arteta seems to be scared. He's afraid to try a lot of the times. And I think that he needs to change his approach towards games. You know what I mean? He who is afraid to fail will never try. And now we can understand why he doesn't try a lot of new stuff. He plays it safe too many times. You know? And all of that. Odegaard might be leaving. Hey, it is what it is, man. We have had players come and we have had players go. Odegaard been fantastic when he has been fantastic, and he has been poor when he's been poor. And when he's been poor, he's been poor. You know what I mean? I think I like Odegaard. I don't think I like Odegaard as a 10 anymore. You know what I mean? I think Odegaard is a perfect 6 with Zubimendi. So I think that should be our 2-6 right there. You know what I mean? Odegaard likes to sit deep and play the ball from the deep. So that's the role that I see. I think he should go forward with. You know what I mean? The thing about Odegaard's situation is a lot of players are coming and they're playing the position better than him right now. You know what I mean? With the likes of Kai Havertz. You know what I mean? And with Saka in the position as well, the attack becomes faster and more direct. So there's a lot of things that we're looking forward to. We're 4 points ahead. 4 points clear of the pack. Arsenal take on Wolves. Bottom of the table versus top of the table. What are the expectations? What are the pros and the cons? What are the do's and the don'ts? Definitely don't. Do not lose. That's definitely the number one don't. Do not lose this game. We lose this game, we're in trouble. We have to make sure that we win it. We are playing away to Wolves. Wolves are a wounded animal right now. And when a wounded animals want a way out, they're gonna go through you. And Arsenal is the next opponent. Wolves are already relegated. They are fighting for nothing but pride. So they are gonna play ball. You know what I mean? It makes no sense you being relegated. You're already done. It makes no sense you being relegated and then put 11 man behind the ball. For what? Don't make no sense. I mean, like, we all know the situation. If they press, they might be opened up. And that might be scary. You know what I mean? You don't really want to press at Arsenal. Teams that have done it have been hammered. You know what I mean? But then they're already relegated, so I think they should be brave. I think they should play brave. You know what I mean? Go at least try go out with a fight. Do something. You know what I mean? You are playing up against the lead leaguer, so it doesn't matter what the scoreline is, it ain't gonna affect you. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Toxic said, where would he go? Somewhere bad. Said, well, we win, but Wolves have nothing to lose. They will ensure ensure something you want to put there. Someone. Madwake brace today, hat trick. Yeah, so being that, let's talk about our starting level. Let's talk about the players that are available and what we want to do with these players that are available first and foremost. We have Starboy Saka, who has just signed this 5-year contract. You know what I mean? Congratulations to Bakaya Saka. Being the most paid player at Arsenal right now. The best paid player at Arsenal right now. That's what he is. The man make a whole heap of money. You know what I mean? Saka has, over the years, Saka to me has dipped a little bit in form. And not only just form, he has dipped a little bit in speed. He's not as fast as he used to be. He doesn't take on players as much as he used to. You know what I mean? And run down that flank as much as he used to. You understand? So, why did I say that? He's still a devastating player. We're not taking that away from Bakaya Saka. You know what I mean? Saka is still very much a very, very good player. Fantastic player. You know what I mean? Go past his player at will. But over the years, he's been plagued with injuries. And the injuries seem to be catching up on him now. And it seems to slow him down a bit. As I mentioned before, he's not as fast as he used to be. And if he's not as fast as he used to be, he doesn't have the willpower to run at players like he used to. Like Madueke is doing right now. You can see that Madueke is in a fantastic form. Madueke is the prime of his life right now. You know what I mean? He runs at player at will. You know what I mean? Every time you give him the ball, he's running. He's charging at somebody. Madueke is like a bull right now, and every player in front of him is red. He's just charging at them. Right? So, being that Saka doesn't have the will, doesn't have the pace, he's still very fast. He just doesn't have the pace that he used to have. You know what I mean? To do those stuff anymore. He's very good on either flank. And he's also good in the middle of the park. He can play also as a false 9. It makes sense to me if you move Saka to that number 10 position, right? So we could accommodate the likes of Nani Madueke, who is getting better with more game time. Don't get me wrong. He still has no finish. I mean, like, he did a beautiful finish against Wigan. It was a lovely finish against Wigan, you know. So it makes sense of himself against Wigan. And, yeah. But it was a beautiful finish. And it was a lot of interchanging between Saka and Madueke. I mean, like, Can you imagine how confused these opponents are when they don't know who to pick up? They don't know who has the ball. They don't know who is where. They don't know who is what. When Saka and Madueke keep on interchanging position. Not only that, I think this was Eze's best game, not taking away the opponent. As I said, the opponent is just Wigan. And Eze played a different game from what we are asking him for. We're asking Eze to take the ball and charge at players. Something like what Madueke is doing right now. But I think Eze taking that ball and picking passes is where he's probably at his best. He did that against Wigan, and I'm going to emphasize again. I know the opposition was not so strong, but I keep on saying that you can only play what's in front of you. If we had gone out there and take the opposition lightly and lose, you'd have heard something different. We've gone out there, we played a new system, we win, and we were comfortable at it. We scored 4 goals in the first half. 4 goals within about 30 minutes. We were 4-0 up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Saka seemed to bring out the best in Eze as well. Because with all of the attention on Bakaya Saka in the middle of the park, driving at people, the fear factor that he brings, it opens up more space for Eberechi Eze to work as a magician. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's up. And it brings out a different player in him. Big up yourself, Will. Have yourself a good night, man. Have yourself a good night. See y'all tomorrow. Big up yourself, Will. You know, and not only that, it also brings a different element to Gabriel Martinelli game. So this one change open up so much space, so much more inside the middle of the park for the other players to enjoy more freedom. Martinelli, the opposition was a weak team, still emphasizing on that. But Martinelli was devastating up and down that flank. And at some point, he was even a false 9. For the first time in a long, long time, this was the Arsenal team that Arteta had 5 years ago. They were fearless, they were fierce, they were fast, they weren't scared. That's what I saw. This Arsenal team. And I think there's something there to explore. I do think there is something there to explore. Saka in a 10 position with Eze is something to explore. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. Another element to this situation was Nogard sitting in that 6. I don't know why is it that every single game Mikel Arteta tend to play the double pivot. I do not understand why. We do not need Rice and Zubimendi every single game. Rice, Zubimendi, and Odegaard, there are 3 of the same players. I promise you guys, there are 3 of the same players. Why do we need to start 3 same players in every single game? There's no change. There's nothing different that they're going to bring. Odegaard is just a more precise passer than them, but they pretty much do the same thing. Declan Rice is a better defender than them, but they pretty much do the same thing. I don't know. I think that to change our game, to bring out a different element to our game, we need a 6. A defending 6. Not an attacking 6 like Zubimendi is. Zubimendi and Nogard are two different type of players. And that's what you need in the squad. Two different type of players to exercise different option. Nogard is not trusted. Why? I do not know. I don't know. Why is he not trusted? Let me get to some of these comments and then I move on again. Toxic said Saka and Eze would be a great creative player. They've shown it in that game. They have shown it in that game. They were very, very good at what they were doing. I think the Spaniard in Arteta wants to let Zube start with Rice. You know, I'm tempted to say that because it's a World Cup here, a lot of things are going how they are going. I am really tempted to say, you know what I mean? Arteta is a Spaniard, yes, and he probably wants to make sure that his players get into the team. Who knows? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I know for a fact that you don't need to play Zubimendi and Rice in every single game. It does not work in every game. We have a 6 in Nogard that sits there and protect the back 4. Now, when he sits there and protect that back 4, you give the attacking players more room to do what they need to do offensively. When you play Saka, you're going to need Nogard. Saka and Zubimendi not going to work. Because with Saka there, Zubimendi is going to have to do a lot more defending because Saka, unlike Odegaard, is going to do a lot more attacking. Am I making sense? Y'all get what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the point I'm making. Big up Starbucks. Yeah, big up Starbucks, Rocosta Starbucks. So you're going to need Nogard if you're going to use Saka in that attack. Because with Saka attacking more, you're going to need somebody who's able to defend and who sits instead of follow the play like Zubimendi does. You with me? There's a lot of changes I would make for this game. And I'm going to tell you them one by one when I'm done. Well, I already start telling you them. You know what I mean? I already start telling them. So, let's go to the starting 11. Because I'm going to start with Raya in goal. Kai is our best player. Need him back, said J. Bob. We do need him back. But until Kai is back, we need to find different solutions. Just like we did with Kai. Because remember this. Kai is our best player. He just came back from injury. And we played him in a attacking midfield role that he has been striving. Kai in the attacking midfield role makes our team better because he's in a attack midfield role. So he's playing below the striker. He's not playing as a striker. So that makes it more attractive. It makes our player faster. It makes our player better. And Kai is a very intelligent baller. He makes very, very good decisions and he attacks. He's not doing a 360 and passing back to his keeper and down and all of that. It's an attack on goal. That's what we're about. So the elements to what Kai bring is different from everybody else. And I think Saka can bring that element. Probably even bring it better as well. You understand me? So yeah. Yeah. So my starting 11 for tomorrow. Right? And I get on my starting 11 early. I normally wait until the last minute to do my starting 11. But I'm doing it early because I'm going to talk through some of these playing and why I'm choosing this and why I think this is that. And, you know what I mean? Just elements to this thing. You get me? Because Nogard is a key player in my starting 11. So I'm going to explain and make you guys understand why. So, we're using not Kepa, we're using Raya. Raya distribution is very, very fantastic. Raya is very, very good at distribution. He's fast, he's precise, he's, you know what I mean? Raya is just good in what he do. So Raya is a keeper. The only real problem I have in my starting 11 is who to start at that left back position. And I tend to not start the same profile players in my starting 11. Right? Say for instance, Califori. Califori is an attacking player. Arteta said he's okay. So he should be available and fit to start. But if I'm going to choose a Califori or a Ben White right now, or probably even overall, not for the defensive stability, but for the offensive stability, I'm going to go with a Ben White. Right? So if I'm going with a Ben White, I'm not going with a Califori because they're almost two of the same kind of players. They're offensive defenders, if that makes sense. Yes, I'm saying they're offensive defenders. So I'm going with Ben White, and because I'm going with Ben White, I'm going with Nketiah. I'm balancing. I'm going with Ben White, and I'm going with Nketiah. Our right side is our most attacking side. So we have to have that attacking flair over on our right side, right? Okay, follow me. So I'm doing Nketiah on the left. I'm doing Ben White on the right. We all know the two central defenders is Gabby and Saliba. Those are not going to change unless somebody's injured. You know what I mean? Unless. In a game like this, even though it's a weak opponent, and you could easily start Mosquera. Easily, if you want to rest somebody. You know what I mean? So that's an option too. But I'm going with Saliba and I'm going with Gabriel. North London Derby is right around the corner. So we need to make sure that this is a preparation for the North London Derby. We have to try some stuff. I'm using no guard as the 6, and I'm benching either Zubimendi or Rice. I probably play each half and half. But I'm using no guard as my 6. Why am I using no guard as my 6? For two reasons. Mostly. I'm going to use Saka as my 10. And the fact that I have White as my wing back. So because I have White and I have Saka, I'm using no guard as my 6. Why am I doing that? The very fact that White is always on the overlap, we're going to need somebody to defend for him. We're going to need somebody to help him in the defensive. The very fact that Saka is always going to be attacking, we're going to need somebody to sit there to make sure that that midfield space is blocked off in case of a counter-attack. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Before I go further, let me hear what Nicola had to say. What's up? I'm back. However, I'm going to leave fully. I'm going to play games with my friends. Big up yourself, everyone, and big up Riley. See you tomorrow. Big up yourself, Nicola. Big up your damn self. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. So I'm playing no guard in the 6 because I'm using Rice, and Rice is a very offensive player. Rice is pretty much one of the persons that starts our attack. And just in case we lose the ball, you have to buy him time to get back. So that's where we have no guard to cover and help out. So if no guard cover and help out, one of the central defender can step inside the midfield and cover that as well. You understand what I'm saying? Here am I breaking down these plays. I never actually break down these plays before. But I'm actually looking at how I would like to see this play. And if I'm choosing these players, I'm supposed to be able to explain to you guys why. Pretty much that's what I'm doing right now. I'm explaining to you guys why. Right? I'm going to use Eze as my left 10. Saka as my right 10. Right? So as you guys can see, I might sit out both. You know what? No. I'm going to do Declan Rice. I'm sorry. Eze got to sit this one out. I have to do Declan Rice because, as I said, with Saka there, I need that engine back and forth. This is not Wigan, so it might be a little bit different. So Declan Rice starts. We probably use Eze off the bench. Just for that engine that he brings back and forth to help out in attack and defense. Right, Declan Rice has that over everybody in the squad. We're going to use Madueke on the right. Madueke has found himself in some fantastic form. You know what I mean? He's playing some fantastic football. And I think it's a consistency of the game times that he's getting. The consistency of the game time that he's getting is allowing him to strive, to make better decisions, to be a better player. You know what I'm saying? The goal that he scored was a well-taken goal. Beautiful assist by Eze, by the way. You know what I mean? Beautiful assist by Eze. And I'm going to use Gabriel Martinelli on the left. I'm still going to make sure I sit out this one. Even though Martinelli is not really a Premier League competitor right now, you know what I mean, he's better in the League Cup. But because of the attack, the devastation of that attack with Gabby, Saka, and Madueke, I want to see it again. I want to see it again. So I'll use him in that left wing position. And I'm going to go with Victor Gyökeres. You know what I mean? I'm going to go with Victor Gyökeres. Trossard have to play, said Red Skull. Red Skull, I understand what you're saying because I'm still split. But the reason why I want to use Gabriel Martinelli in this game, one is because it's Wolves. And it's a game that we need to use to do the trial. This is a trial, remember. It's not something that's proven. We cannot use it against Wigan to say it's proven. You know what I mean? We cannot use it against Wigan. So this is when we're really going to try and prove if it works. And that's the reason why I want Martinelli to start this game. He may not finish it, but I want him to start this game just for that reason, because I need to see this attack again. This attack was fast. Very, very fast. There was something that Gabby was doing very well that I want to see again as well. Gabby was inverting. Remember the Arteta invert the left wingers as midfielder. Gabby was inverting as a false nine. And it looked good. It was inverting as a false nine and it looked damn good. So the devastation of the attack was with Gabby, Saka, and Madueke. I want to see that again. With 1 versus 1 in the last couple of games, he has been doing fantastic. And that's what I'm telling you. He's using his space to move left people. I mean, like, people normally say he's not Brazilian and so forth because of how he plays sometimes. But I think for the last couple of games, he find back his Brazilian passport. You know what I mean? He's been fantastic for the last couple of games. And you can't take that away from him. He's been good, yeah. He's a cup competition player. And it's sad to say that it is what it is, right? But I want to see that attack one more time to see if it works. It was fast. It was precise. It was direct. We got 4 goals out of that attack in no time. 4 goals. Saka and Madueke was causing problems right through. Gabby was causing problems right through. This point, Gabby was on the wing. Then he was in a false 9 position. I mean, like, they didn't know what hit them. They didn't know what to do. And I like it. And as I said, I want to see it again because I think that we have several different options now. And we can utilize them to take the league home. We have to win this league. So we need to use all our resources. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your guys' start 11. Let me know if you guys have changes that you will do. You know what I mean? So my start 11 is Raya, Ben White, Nkapie, Saliba, Gabriel. I'm starting Nogard as my 6. I'm doing Declan Rice and Saka. I'm doing Gabby Martinelli. I'm doing Madueke, and I'm doing Victor Gyökeres. You know what I mean? As I said, and I think Saka and Rice also have a good partnership. You know what I mean? A good understanding. So let's see. We need to do that against low block. No, no, no. If it was a low block situation, I would have used Trossard and I would have used Gabriel Jesus. I'm using an attacking formation. These are who going to be running at players. A low block, you need the skill of Trossard and Gabriel Jesus to break that down. I don't expect Wolves to low block. That's the reason why I have this team. That's the reason why I have a full attacking team with no guards sitting in the 6 to protect from the counter. Because I'm not expecting a low block. I'm expecting that the reason why we might get a low block is because the attack going to push them on the back foot. That's what I'm expecting. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Okay. So, that's the expectation I'm looking for. You know what I mean? That's my starting level prediction. You know what I mean? What will Arteta do is a different scenario. You know what I mean? Different scenario. I don't know. So Red Skull starting lineup. So Red Skull says Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabby, Nkapie, Rice, Nogard, Eze, Trossard, Victor, and Nani. So the difference in yours is you have Timber instead of White, and you have Trossard instead of Gabriel Martinelli. As I said, it's still a workable formation. We still have the North London Derby coming in on Sunday, and we still need to make sure that we have proper rotation in the game. I'm not playing Ben White in the North London Derby, so I'll play Ben White in this game. I don't think I'm playing Trossard. I don't think I'm playing Martinelli in the North London Derby either. So I play him in this game. That starting lineup is a starting lineup that I'll choose for the North London Derby. As a matter of fact, I'm not even using Nogard in the North London Derby. I'm using by the way, I just realized. So you're using right. So you're not playing Saka. I just realized that you don't even have Saka in the team. Nah, bro. That's too risky. First and foremost, you need Saka to get game time for the North London Derby for sure. You no matter what, bro, you're gonna need Saka for that North London Derby. You know what I mean? That lineup that you have there, that's a North London Derby lineup. And I will use Saka has to be in that North London Derby. You can't save an unfit Saka for Spurs and Chelsea. Saka is not fit. He need that game time. You have to start him and take him off. He need that game time. That's the reason why Arteta gave him 45 minutes and he probably gave him 75 this time around. But he has to build him up for those games because he is not fit. He is not fit. You know what I mean? So, yeah. You got to give him the first 45 too. You can't bring him on. You got to give him the first 45. Let him dictate the game. And then you take him off. Okay, Red Squad says giving him 45 minutes in the second half. Now I'm starting him. I want the game to be over and done with. Fire. Hurley. Najak said, is he fixed yet? Who is? Africa said Vinny Jr. should stop lying. That guy did not call him. Okay, I don't know. Were you there? Were you there? Yeah, but yeah, it is what it is. So, the game tomorrow is a must-win game. For sure, it is a must-win game, and it should be a elevation towards us moving towards the title. We have what, 13 games leave, or something like that, and I think it should be. I don't think it's. I don't 10 game leave. So we have 10 game leave. You know what I mean? And I don't see us dropping any points, man. I don't think we need to drop points, not even against Manchester City. It doesn't matter what we have, how much players we have injuries. We always have enough players to change something. You know what I mean? No risk, no reward. You cannot, and I repeat, you cannot expect to win a league title if you are not expecting to take risks. It don't make no sense. You get what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. You have to be a risk taker in order to win this thing. You get me? Too much time we play the same starting lineup. Too much time we're too predictable. We have good players, fantastic players. But because of how predictable we are, it's a situation where we just look ordinary. You get me? Just look ordinary. And it needs to stop. You know what I mean? It needs to stop. After Chelsea is 8. You know, it needs to stop. We need to put our foot on people's throat now. You know what I mean? We need to put our foot on people's throats. We don't need to lose any of these games. The Wolves, the Tottenham, the Chelseas, you know what I mean? We're heading into the final furlong now. This is when we stay focused. This is when we put on the blinders. You know what I mean? This is when we put on the blinders and make sure that we stay in this race no matter what. No matter what. We haven't won this trophy for 22 years. And this cannot be another season that we battle it, as they always say. We cannot lose it this season. Fourth. We cannot come second again for the 4th consecutive season. The last time we did 3 seconds in a row, we won the league the 4th time. So I guess history gonna repeat itself, because that's what we need to do. We need to win. We need to win. So, yeah. That's what I reckon. I reckon that we find ways, proper ways how to rotate these players and make sure that victory is inevitable. Make sure victory is ours. We have a lot of players that we can put in the midfield. We need to strengthen in the summer. You know what I mean? So we need a striker. We definitely need a striker, man. I don't even care if Victor Gyökeres start to fire. We need a striker, because we need to sell Gabriel Jesus. We need to sell Gabriel Jesus, and we need to buy in the summer. We also need to sell one of the left wingers, because we need an elite left winger. We need an elite left winger. You know what I mean? We don't need a lot. We always say that we need a midfielder, a 6, but I don't think we need a 6, because we have Zubi, we have Norgard, and y'all still remember that we have Miles Lewis-Kelly that can come in and play that position. Miles Lewis-Kelly was supposed to get his forward the other day, but Califlori decided to warm up and got injured again. I think we need to have a pre-warm-up for the warm-up for Califlori. We need to have a warm-up before the warm-up for him. Or we just need not to make him warm up and just send him to play ball. You know what I mean? But this guy seemed to be injured in warm-up a lot. Saka did it the other day as well. So what is Arsenal going on with, man? What Arsenal going on with? those are some of the things that we need to find out. Why go on with Arsenal and then damn warm up situation and we're going to play them injured. Do you guys notice though that every single time Arteta made some changes, he stumbled onto it though. You know what I mean? He stumbled onto it. When he bought Eze, it was a stumble because Kai Havertz got injured, so he needed a backup. You know what I mean? Kai Havertz got injured, he needed to back up Kai Havertz. So what happened? He bought Eze. Saka was playing in the middle of the park because there was injuries. You know what I mean? There was injuries, so Saka was played in the middle of the park and it worked. And now we're sitting here wondering if we're going to see it again. Why can't it be just with us? We just know that, hey, guess what? Arteta stumbled upon something and he's going to capitalize on it. We don't have that kind of coach. We have a stubborn, hard-headed coach that likes to do things his way. When it works beautifully. When it fails miserably. And that's just the thing about the situation with Arsenal and Arteta. This season is not a season that he can sit down and say, okay, I have the backing of the managers. No. I think if he doesn't win, I think he's going to be fired. I'm being honest. That's just my personal feeling. I think if he doesn't win, he's going to be fired. He spent a lot of money and he's been here long enough. We are a big club, not a charity. So I think something have to give. You know what I mean? I think that other coaches would have won something already with this team. You know what I mean? Other coaches have won a lot already with this team because Arsenal is a fantastic team. We've been building a fantastic team over the years and it's only getting better. You know what I mean? Only getting better. Resco say, yeah, he knows that too. He knows that. That's why he needs to be brave. It better if he goes out swinging than goes out a coward. It is better for you to go out fighting than go out as a coward. That being a coward is not going to be a hit, man. That's not it. You know what I mean? That's not. Nobody going to remember a coward. Person going to remember the fight. If you sit in a corner and cry, please don't hit me, please don't hit me. Ain't nobody want that shit. You got to swing. Make sure you connect at least one punch. You know what I mean? Make sure you connect at least one punch. So that person remember every time he open his mouth to smile and his jaw hurt, he can remember and say, damn. It's that one person that did that. That's how brave you need to be. You can't be a coward sitting in the corner crying, taking hit after hit after hit. It doesn't work like that. Blah in the building, beer up, blah. How you feeling? How you feeling? So yeah, that's the situation. We have to be brave. We have to be fearless. You know what I mean? We have to know that we're in this to win this. Can't get complacent. We can't just enough of the old Arsenal with this stupid mentality. You know, enough of that. We need to win now. Strengthen again in the summer and win some more. That's it. We can rule this thing for a long while, you know. The groundwork has been set. Well, all this money I've been spending over the years and building this team, you think it was just to come and win one Premier League season? No, bro. It's to dominate, it's to take over. That's why everybody following Arsenal blueprint. Chelsea following us. Chelsea trying to groom young players come forward. Everybody trying that shit now. Everything we do, them follow. So we need to make sure that we lead. Being that they like to follow, we need to make sure that we lead. You get me? Yeah. So it has been set. You know what I mean? The money have been spent. The investments have been made. Now it's time to reap. It's time to win. We're still in 4 competitions this season. 4. You know what I mean? 4 of them. We already make it to the final of 1. We are doing fantastic in the Champions League. We top the group, unbeaten. We're 10 games away from the final of the Premier League. We're leading by 4 points. So we put ourselves in a fantastic. We have just reached the fifth round of the FA Cup. We haven't done that in 6 years. Ever since we won the FA Cup, we've been knocked out at the first round every single time. Every time. You get me? So we're looking forward to changes, man. One way or other. It's either we're going to change the trophy cabinet and put in some trophy in there, or we're going to change the coach. And put in a coach who can bring us some trophies. But something got to give. Yes. So that was my 2 cents on the thing. You know what I mean? That was it. That was what you guys think. What you guys have to say about what I just said. You know what I mean? I've said a lot. I don't know if you guys remember everything, but I've said a lot. You know what I mean? It's just one of them nights where I wanted to just talk my mind, talk how me feel. You get me? And me need to see some changes in the game, in the team. If it now work, make it work. When Rooney was a striker, and he become a midfielder, and he was a fantastic midfielder too. You know what I mean? Was a fantastic midfielder too. Ronaldo was a winger, and he become a striker. A lot of these great players made this switch. Messi too made a switch. He was a winger as well. You get Messi? A lot of players made this switch, and it works perfectly. You get me? Work perfectly. 3 years without a trophy is madness. 3 years? We haven't won a trophy in, I think, 6 years, Red Skull. What we talking about something else? I think it's about 6 years now we haven't won a trophy, not 3. Last time we won a trophy was when Arteta came here, The FA Cup. So unless you're talking something else, what are you talking about? Let me know. Let me know. But yeah, we can't continue calling ourselves a big club without trophy to back it. You know what I mean? Right now it's just a fan base backing this club. It's because they still have a large fan base while they're still sitting up there. You know what I mean? Nah, man, you can't count the time he spent building the team, man. You have to count it from he got here. Trust me. The clock been ticking from he got here. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I get what you're saying, though, but it's been clicking from he got here, man. It's time now. It'd be fantastic, though, if you wait so long and then give us all 4. It's never been done before. It's never been done before. No English club have ever done it before. These are the standards that we need to set for ourselves. We need to set standards like these for ourselves. You get me? Yeah. So, let's see. As I said, the last 3 seasons, he gave us second. You know what I mean? Arsene Wenger did that, and the 4th season, he gave us the league. That's what we want now from our coach. We want the league, the Champions League, the FA Cup, and the Carabao Cup. We want it all. Don't tell us that we can't have it. Don't tell us, oh, you're Arsenal, you battle it, you're going to battle. I don't care what you guys want to say. We want it all, and I know we can get it. Only Arteta can stop himself from winning. That's a fact. Arteta is his worst enemy and his own best friend. You know what I mean? So let's see what he's gonna bring. Let's see the flow. You know what I mean? I know I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow for a lot of reasons. Because this game, to me, is a build-up for the 2 London derbies that we have coming up. That's what this game is. Those are going to be 2 tough games. Not going to be 2 easy games. You know what I mean? 2 tough games. So, yeah. Need to focus on. Yeah. So let's see. Let us see. So right after the Chelsea game, I will tell you if we win in the league. Well, if we play that Chelsea game and we're still 4 points ahead, we're in a good position. If we move more than 4 points ahead, we're in a better position. But if we go down to a point after that Chelsea game, then we in problems. We in problems. If when that Chelsea game done, we still 4 points ahead, at least we in a good position. Trust me. You know, but if we drop any points at all during those games, we in trouble. We in trouble. So, and Manchester City is gaining momentum as well. You know what I mean? That's a part, momentum. They're gaining momentum. So we need to do the same. We need to do the same. We need to stop these mediocre performance. It's now the last 10 games of the league. This is when we buckle down. This is when we get it right. All the mistakes that have been made have been done. We made them already. Now we need to learn from them. That's what we need to do now. We need to learn from them silly mistakes. You know what I mean? That we made. And I really do think we need to reshuffle the squad in the summer. We need to sell and we need to buy. These players that cannot finish, they need to go. You know what I mean? Gabriel Martinelli, you're my boy. But I think, bro. I think it's probably time we say goodbye, or it's time you really become a permanent backup solution. You know what I mean? I know Arteta probably go. Not Arteta. I know Trossard probably go. You know what I'm saying? But we need players that can finish. I'm looking at weak teams with good finishers. And we're a strong team with weak finishers. You know what I mean? We need good finishers. We need that. So, yeah. As I said, looking forward to the game. You know what I mean? Looking forward to the game. So, let's see. It will be a fantastic game. You know what I mean? Hopefully we see the formation changes, some new ideas implement, and hopefully we'll do the right thing. We'll do the right thing. 3 points is a must, you know. 3 points is a must. It's not if, but, now maybe. We need to win. We need to win. We need to get it over the line. We need that momentum to go into the Tottenham game and the Chelsea game. Remember, we're playing Tottenham away. Coming back at home with Chelsea, you know what I mean? But we're playing Tottenham away. This is not the Emirates, you know what I mean? Where we have it our own way right throughout the 90 minutes. You know what I mean? Where they let Eze score a hat-trick and create history on their own ground. You know what I mean? This is a different Tottenham as well with a new coach. Remember, the secret agent was found out. They found out that Frank was working for Arsenal and they fired him. Yeah, you gotta be working for Arsenal. That man have Arsenal all over. It's always Arsenal. You know what I mean? No. You streaming tomorrow? Probably gonna be late with the streaming tomorrow. Because my work time changed. I'll normally be home for the start of the streaming, but I might make it for the second half. Yeah. But once I make it, at least even for half, I'm gonna stream. You know what I mean? If I can make it home for the second half, I will stream it. Yeah, but if not, I'll just do... Well, I'm streaming nevertheless. Probably don't get to do a watch along with the game. So I might do a stream. I'll do a stream after the game. The regular time that I normally do it in the day. 4 o'clock my time. That's probably what? 3 o'clock your time, Red Skull, I think. So I'll be streaming tomorrow, whether it's be the game or not. Can you tell me about Man U? Of course. Man U is a garbage trash team. That's what you wanted to hear? Yeah, Man U is a trash team, man. No good. Man U is a fallen giant. I don't know what you want to hear, man. I have nothing good to say about Manchester United. Is Manchester United your team? Yeah, but we will definitely be talking about the game tomorrow, Red Skull, for sure. Definitely talking about the game tomorrow. And hopefully we have some good talking points to do tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, hopefully Arsenal put on a display to remember in a good way. But we better than Arsenal. What position are you guys in the table again? Remind me. Remind me what position you guys are. Remind me what position Arsenal are, and then come back to me with that same statement that you just made. Let's see. Yeah, so hopefully we have some good talking points tomorrow. Hopefully we sit in here tomorrow. We're talking about how fantastic the team was and how the system work and how the change. How Arteta bullied him. How Saka bullied the midfield. You know what I mean? And Madueke score again. Hopefully that's the talk tomorrow. You know what I mean? Not we sitting here holding our head and saying, Lord, what did we just watch? You know? Yeah. So that's it. That's what's up. That's how I feel. You get me? Yeah, but we're gonna do a stream tomorrow. For sure, for sure, for sure. We might do a stream tomorrow night this time as well. I'm trying to get back to my regular streamings. I know I've been missing a little bit. You know what I mean? Sometimes life happen. Y'all know it go, man. Sometimes life happen and you have to catch yourself and come back again. But we should be up and running. We should be ready for it. Looking for a strong end to the season. We've had a lot of weak points, a whole heap of weak points. So hopefully we can finish stronger than we start. And we did have a strong start. We just have some wobbly middle. But Tottenham and Chelsea, those are two make or break games. Those two games either gonna make you or break you. And if when we finish, as Red Skull say, Chelsea game, if we're still 4 points clear or more, we can have a serious conversation about the league. No joke conversation. We can have a serious conversation about the league if we finish that game. Let me see what the team look like after. I think we have Newcastle in the midst of that. After that, so after the Tottenham, Chelsea, then we have Brighton, Everton, Bournemouth, Manchester City, Newcastle, Fulham, West Ham, Burnley. So we still have some little teams that might give a little trouble. You know what I mean? The likes of Newcastle, we have the likes of Manchester City, and we have the likes of Everton. We still have three teams in there that can, you know what I mean, talk to us a little bit loud before we shut them up. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it shouldn't be such a bad run. Let me see what Manchester City looks like. So Manchester City has Newcastle again. Manchester City have Newcastle. Manchester City playing at home. They have Leeds away. Should be an interesting game. Should be a very interesting game. Yeah, they have host Arsenal. Manchester City also have Chelsea, you know. Manchester City also have Chelsea, and they're playing Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Makes it more interesting. Manchester City also have Everton. So we pretty much have some similar games. They have Brentford as well. They have Brentford as well and Aston Villa. So Manchester City fixture is a little bit tougher than ours. They have Bournemouth as well. We have some similar games. We have some similar games. Yeah. But guys, that's it. My score prediction for tomorrow is 3. I'm going for a 4-0 game tomorrow. My score prediction is going to be 4-0 tomorrow. You know what I mean? I'm just feeling good about the changes that should be made tomorrow if they're made. So if those changes are made, I'm looking at a 4-0 game tomorrow. Should be fantastic. You know what I mean? Drop in the comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your score predictions are and all of them good stuff. You know what I mean? This has been Riley's World, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you for the love. We'll do it again tomorrow. Back again at it when we do the Wolves game. Hopefully, we move again 7 points clear and wait on Manchester City to drop points. You know, we play and then we do the waiting game. Play, we do the waiting game. That's what's going to be happening tomorrow. Thank you guys for making Riley's World, man. It's been a pleasure. Thank you guys so much. Have yourself a peaceful, wonderful night. Peace. Bless out.